Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to my channel, Grow Leafy. This is what I will be harvesting today. Woo, almost fell over. I am so excited. This is my lemongrass, and I know many of you have looked at my other videos from last year on how I harvest lemongrass and how I make the tea. Now, the lemongrass is really important to me in my household because for that reason, I drink tea daily, and lemongrass is one of those teas that I drink every single day. I think it tastes great. I feel like it's comforting. It's like a comfort tea to me. It's calming. It's just, there's even health benefits to it, with it being an antioxidant, and it just has really great health benefits to it as well. And so that's why I love lemongrass. And it just tastes so good too. Add a little bit of honey to it and you're good to go. Now, I actually drink a lot of other herbs that I like to also collect from my garden. So I'll make Thai basil tea. I'll even take thyme. I'll make a tea out of thyme, or hyssop, mint. So just a lot of things. Borage, I'll make tea out of that. So there's a lot of things that I make tea out of. But one of my favorites is lemongrass. So come and harvest this with me so that you can learn. And if you have not grown lemongrass, you got to grow lemongrass. It is so good. So next year, as you prepare for your garden, remember lemongrass, and just ask me questions if you have any. What you're gonna need are some scissors. I've got my bin right there, my bin, so I can put all the lemongrass in there. And I've also got my hose to water it down, to rinse off any bugs that might be on there or aphids, and then gloves. Let me tell you about the gloves. I harvested this recently for a friend of mine, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to use my gloves this time. So I just grabbed the lemongrass and it sliced my finger. So like the edges of the lemongrass is actually sharp. Now, I remember last year at the end of the season when it pretty much was drying out, it wasn't sharp. But let me tell you, right now, this baby is sharp. So I'm definitely going to put on a pair of gloves, but it doesn't bother me when I drink it because once you steep it in, it's all good. But the processing time of harvesting it, got to have these on. Just want to go around and give you an idea of how much lemongrass we will be harvesting. Okay, this is going to last a very long time. It's going to last until next year harvest, okay? Because I dry it and then I use it as tea ongoing. But this is so much lemongrass that I'm not going to have to do anything else but harvest this and then harvest the rest before my first frost date, and then I will have lemongrass really until next year, until it's time to harvest it again. Do you see that dog there? Coconut's gonna be gone in just about a second. As soon as I turn on that hose, he's going to run. Coconut's not trying to have his shower today. Coconut's gone. Told you. Watch. Look at Coconut. Coconut knew. He's like, I'm standing up. I'm getting out of the way. Okay. So I'm just gonna put the hose on a powerful side. Let me make sure this is on. Yeah, there we go. I'll probably rinse off 2 times. Like after I harvest it and cut it, I'll rinse it off again. But I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse off whatever's on there. I don't spray my lemongrass with anything, nothing. Neem oil, nothing, even if there's aphids or bugs. I don't do anything to it because I'm really harvesting the leaves and I'd rather have nothing on it. So this will get some of it. Maybe not all of it, but once I'm finished with harvesting and rinsing it off, it'll get it all. Today, I'm not going to make any tea, but I will show you in another video how, or even a short. So make sure that you are subscribed and tuned into my channel so that you get videos, because I might be making it out of a short of how I make the tea. Now I have 2 plants here. Well, actually it's more than 2 plants. From the store that I bought the lemongrass from, because it was very hard to find in the spring. It was a big bunch of, I believe it was multiple seeds that they planted together in one, and I could not separate it. Like the roots were so entangled to each other. So even though this looks like 2 big plants, it's 2 big plants, but it's really 2 big plants plus multiple little plants. All right, so they're really stuck together well. I think this mistifying this water over the lemongrass is refreshing for myself too, because it is hot. That felt good for me too. So this is gonna take me a minute. So I'm probably not gonna have you just sit there and watch me harvest this whole thing. I'll probably just play it fast or just show you the end of it. But I do at least wanna show you a little bit of the harvest. Look at this. Ooh, that smells so good, y'all. I wish you could smell this. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I can taste the tea. I can taste the tea. It is, oh my gosh. Can I just enjoy this first before you even hear my description? Imagine lemon, but not like that sour lemon, right? Lemon, lime, not that kind of lemon. A nice citrus, soft lemon scent, fresh, refreshing, natural scent, earthy. Gosh, y'all, this is so good. I'll probably give some of this away if anybody wants any, at my job or people that know locally that I garden. Look, this is a wonderful gift. Oh, so good. All right, so I'm gonna put that away. And then I'll cut it away after that. This is gonna be a lot of lemongrass. Yes, it is so good. So thankful for lemongrass. So thankful, so thankful. I learned about lemongrass from a lady that I knew who lived in Florida, and she introduced me to lemongrass. And then I remember she told me about it, she gave me a piece of it, and then I grew it, and then I was like, I fell in love with it, and I was like, this is amazing. So every time I grow the lemongrass and just certain herbs that this lady had given to me, it was like big thyme, which is also called broad thyme, and this lemongrass, and a couple of other garden medicinal herbs. It just reminds me of her, and it just takes such a wonderful positive memory back. So as I was in the middle of harvesting this, I'm so glad I was rinsing it down, because there is a really big black hornet wasp that was just crawling up one of the leaves. I was terrified. But that's why you just rinse it down. So I took the most power pressure just to spray it off of there. I sprayed it with water. I don't know where it is. And then there was something else that was crawling up the leaves. So I'm glad I sprayed it down. But I guess it disrupted whatever home, it was for the insects that were in there. And so they were just crawling their way up. So that's why, another prime example, it's really good just to spray it off, because you don't know what might be sitting underneath or around it, just cleaning off the leaves. So I'm going to continue working on harvesting all of this. Hopefully there will be no more big hornet wasp problems like this. There's so much lemongrass, and you can actually just basically, like, for example, with lettuce, if you know about growing lettuce or greens or any kind of leafy vegetables, you can cut and come again. And the same thing with the lemongrass. You can just cut it and it grows back as long as it's warm and it hasn't died back. Now, at the bottom, you can tell that it's really starting to dry back underneath there. Our weather is changing in my zone. And so it's getting to that time where this lemongrass life will be over in my region, okay? So I'm just trying to get a good harvest out of it. I could have done this a long time ago, but I've been so busy. I keep saying that, but it's true. I really am. But, I just get to what I can get to with the time that I have, and just, and that's just basically just how I've been living my life right now, just getting to whatever I can in the time that I have. And so, smells so beautifully. So I am quite pleased with this. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of it and then show you what it looks like after. So here it is. It is all finished and it's all cut. That was a lot to cut, more than I had last year, because last year I just had one big large plant. This time I have two side by side, and I have another lemongrass plant on my property. So that was a lot to cut, but look at what I have all here. And this is a really huge wagon, okay? So as you can see, it's a lot of lemongrass, and what I'm going to do is just rinse it off one more time, because you can see there's just, look, there's some dirt on there, probably land on the ground. Little bit of bugs. I sprayed off a lot of it, but I just want to make sure that it's just fully all clean before I go ahead and dry it. I am going to dry it. Look at this bird poop. I don't want this one. I'm going to dry it, wash it, rinse it, dry it, and then if I want to make tea from this, I can, because it's fresh. It's fine, but I dry it so that I can preserve it throughout the entire year. It lasts literally a full year, and then I just store it in a mason jar. I chop it up into finer pieces when I want to just store it by bulk, and if I want to prepare it like a tea, once it's dry, I will put it in my Vitamix blender and blend it down to a powder form so that I can just immediately have the powder form. But in the meantime, if I just want some fresh tea, I can just steep just maybe like this much, put it in a tea and make a big large teapot, and it can feed several cups to my family. Or if I just want to grab a handful for myself and just put it in my individual cup, that works too, and it's just as good. And you can even freeze it as well. I've done that as well, where I froze it, but I prefer to dry it. It preserves well. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like the video. That way I know if you have enjoyed it, and if it was helpful, if you learned something, let me know. Post any questions or comments. I would love to hear from you. And also subscribe to my channel. That way you can get notifications of any other videos, and I will be posting other videos as to what I will be doing with the lemongrass. So I want to make sure that you're not missing out on anything. But remember to grow leafy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.